Do you enjoy being by yourself? Let's talk about that. I'm Cindy Caldwell, the Happiness Queen, and you can find me at elegantinnerguidance.com. We're here today winding up the month of September, where our theme for the month has been self-esteem, self-worth, and self-love. And today I want to talk about the final installment in that series, and I think in fact it might be the most important part. And that's the discussion about being alone. You know, when I was a young girl, my mom made a statement to me that, Cindy, everyone needs to learn to be by themselves because we're all going to be by ourselves at some point in our life. And at the time I thought, yeah, Mom, whatever, and kind of went on my way doing whatever I was doing. But yet for some odd known reason, which actually surprises me even to this day, I remembered that. And it has proved really important to me throughout my lifetime because there were a couple difficult points in my life. Once when I had broken up with a guy, and another when I had moved here to Phoenix and I didn't know a lot of people. I was trying to make my way around the city and get to plant some roots and get to know people. That lesson by my mother became critically important to me. And in both of those occasions, what I chose to do was, rather than being out and about with people, what I could have been, I did know enough people here in Phoenix that I could have called people, made plans to go to different events, go out to dinner, whatever it might have been, but I chose not to. And that wasn't an easy thing for me to do because my natural inclination was to meet more people, get to know them, to stay busy in those difficult times in my life. But for some reason, there was something within me that was just saying, no, stay home. And I did. And what I would do is I would just plan an evening of whatever I wanted to do that I might enjoy. Fixing something I'd enjoy for dinner, doing something that I would enjoy, creating time with me that was as pleasant as I could plan. And it was a scary time because I find myself home alone and I sort of feel reclusive or I feel withdrawn, and it was kind of a little bit embarrassing, like I wouldn't want to tell other people I was doing this because what would they think? They would think I was a recluse or I was a little odd maybe in some way, or maybe I was suffering from depression. Maybe they'd worry about me that I had some form of depression, which I had none of those things. I simply was making a choice for myself. And there were times when I'd decide, no, I shouldn't stay at home, and I'd make some plans to go out with friends. Yet when I'd come home, after I'd been so busy and we did what we did, I still came home to me, and I still came home to that emptiness that I was carrying. So staying home by myself was a critical decision for me, and a really important decision for me. Because really what I found alone at home was I found that I enjoyed my own company. I found that I was worthy to be by myself, to be with myself. And I learned that I was happy when I was by myself. I was happy when I was with people, but I was happy when I was with myself. And I realized that it wasn't up to others to make me happy. It was up to me to make me happy. And I learned a lot of life lessons during that period of time when I chose to be home alone by myself. So I suggest that you spend some time alone with you, getting to know yourself, getting to know what you really want in life, getting comfortable with that, getting to be comfortable with your company, enjoying being with yourself, and learning, in the end, what I truly learned was how to love myself. And that's the lesson when it comes to self-esteem, self-worth, and self-love. Because when we can truly learn to love ourselves, it's just a natural byproduct that your self-esteem is going to get stronger and your sense of self-worth will build. You're worthy to be with yourself. You're worthy to be by yourself. Enjoy the best company that there is. Enjoy being with you. And when you're comfortable being with you, enjoy the world. I'm Cindy Caldwell, the Happiness Queen. Visit me at elegantinnerguidance.com. And thanks so much for stopping by.